Hi friends, welcome back. For those of you who are new, my name is Alyssa and I'm obsessed with all things baking and decorating. Today is part 1 of our flower piping series and I will be demonstrating how to pipe buttercream roses. Make sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any future tutorials. To begin, you will need a number 104 tip. You could also use a number 125 or 127 if you want larger roses. It's important to note that there is a wide end and a narrow end on this petal tip. When piping, you will want to keep the wide end at the base of your flower pointed down towards the flower nail and the narrow end up to form your delicate petals. You will also need a flower nail, some parchment squares, and a piping bag. Fit your piping bag with your number 104 petal tip and fill with a medium consistency buttercream. Using a bit of buttercream, attach a parchment square to your flower nail. Begin your rose by piping a small cone of buttercream in the center of your parchment square. Make sure that the wide end of your tip is facing the flower nail and the narrow end is facing up. Once you have completed your center cone, we will begin piping our first row of petals. With your piping tip angled slightly toward the center of your flower, pipe 2 petals around your center cone. Make sure to overlap the points where you start and stop your petals. For the next row, we're going to do exactly the same thing. So for the third row of petals, angle the narrow end of your tip so that it is pointing straight up instead of toward the center of your flower. As we pipe the third row of petals, you will need to slightly arch the petals by moving the wide end of your tip up from the flower nail to give these petals more height than the center of the rose. Pipe 4 petals, ensuring you overlap where you start and stop your petals. For the final row of petals, you will want to angle the narrow end of your tip slightly out from the center of the flower. You will also want to pipe with the same arching motion. This creates the beautiful outer petals of your rose. Pipe 4 or 5 outer petals to complete your rose. If using a larger tip, you may want to add another row of petals just to ensure that your rose looks full. So I'm going to go through it once more quickly for you guys. So we're going to start with your center cone. Make sure the narrow end is pointed up. Pipe 2 petals, followed by another 2 petals. Ensure that you're overlapping the points where you start and stop your petals. Now angle your tip up and using an arching motion, pipe 4 more petals. To complete your rose, angle your tip out and pipe 4 or 5 more petals. There you go. That's how you pipe buttercream roses. I hope that you will join me next week for our next flower piping tutorial. And as always, if you found value in this video, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.